Good evening. I'm JJ Mckinney.
And I'm Naomi Homer. As the semester is slowly but surely coming to a close, ASCSU's presidential election is right around the corner. This April, students will be able to vote on their favorite student representative to lead them through the next year, with 4 candidates to choose from. ASCSU presidential candidates have been hard to miss on the LSC Plaza this week.
My name is Mia Ritter. I'm running for president for the Associated Students of Colorado State University Student Government, so that is ASCSU.
My name is Ashton. I'm running for student body president with my friend Emily Ashton-Brenner.
Oh, I'm Nick DeSalvo. I'm currently the Speaker of the Senate, but I'm running for student body president.
Hello Rams, my name is Ritik Herrera. I'm running with my running mate Jessica Laffey.
Starting their campaigns off strong, each candidate has something to stand for.
Our pillars are basically with transparency, accountability, and inclusion.
We're running on the 3 pillars of unity, DEI, and then mental and physical health.
We're really running to get at the heart of the issues and represent students.
My focus is going to be extensively on transportation.
And while they want student voices heard,
we want to make sure that students have an oversight of a lot of organizations. So something that we really want to implement is the Student Tuition Review Board.
Running an audit on all the dorms to see where there are inefficiencies in the dorms that lead so many freshmen not to return for a second year.
There's finally the political will to overturn U+2.
It's not just transportation, it's U+2 as well, and so many other ideas.
Ultimately, the decision will be up to the students.
I'm running against 3 other candidates, presidential tickets, and it's pretty fun out here. I like the competition.
The competition for the 2023 to 2024 presidential election looks like it may be a close one, with many candidates appealing to a variety of student needs and hopes to fulfill ambitious plans. Voting opens April 3rd to April 5th on RamWeb.
Fort Collins City Council has voted unanimously to repeal its recently enacted city code, which guides what can and can't be built in the city. Concerns were brought up by petitions by local activist group Preserve Fort Collins, who believe the changes were enacted without public engagement. The repeal sent city staff to the drawing board to figure out how to create new codes with the city's opinion of residents. The city still wants the land use codes to focus on principles concerning increasing overall housing capacity, diversifying housing choices, improving affordability, and the improvement of developmental processes as a whole. However, residents of the city want to adjust things about the code, such as where to allow certain housing choices, interactions between the code and private covenants, and affordable housing incentives. The new code revisions will reportedly extend this process to 6 to 9 months and cost the city $150,000 to apply. But Fort Collins City Council hopes this will open up a productive dialogue between the city and its residents on important topics now and in the future. Stick around, because right after this break, we have Adam Carlson here to bring you the weather rundown.
Good evening, Rams, and welcome back from the break. Today could not be a better day for me to give the weather, as it is World Meteorological Day, and I couldn't be more excited. So let's jump right into it. Current conditions outside, 44 degrees and a bit cloudy with 8-mile-per-hour winds. But spring has sprung. On March 20th, we officially entered the season of spring, and despite yesterday's odd snowstorm, the sky is bright and sunny, and who knows, maybe we're almost done with snow season for the year. Either way, the sun is a more than welcome change of pace here on campus. What could you expect for tonight? Down that I-25 corridor, we're all around 30s. Denver hitting 17, and Pueblo with a red flag warning. Again, all that means is high winds and low humidity, which could lead to potential fire hazards. In the western slopes, we have Craig up at 18, Grand Junction given the high of 31, and Telluride having an avalanche warning for the skiers out there. Eastern slopes, we can see it's Eastern Plains, it's just around 30s, Lyman being the oddball at 25 degrees. Now for tomorrow's forecast, 53s are high, 27 are low. It's going to feel a lot like what today was. Pretty sunny out and nice, except clouds. We'll have more clouds. Humidity at 37% and wind at 10, and sunset is now at 7:16. I hate daylight savings, but it is nice having the sun go down a bit later. Now, what can you expect for the weekend and going into next week? It's going to be a bit snowy on Saturday, 39 is our low, but as the week goes on, things are just going to keep heating up, and Wednesday it's going to be sunny and 57 degrees. And that brings me to the end of the weather rundown for you all tonight. I am more than excited for all the changes we are seeing, but who knows if they truly will stick just yet. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
Yes, thank you for all of that insight, Weather Boy. Hopefully these temperatures continue to rise. Fingers crossed that we've gotten through the coldest part of the year.
And now, upping the temperature in here a little bit, here's a hot topic as of late. Over the past few years, TikTok has become one of the most used social media apps on the planet, with over 1 billion active users, according to data reported. However, with restrictions and threats of getting banned coming from the federal government, the app may not have the same influence anymore, at least not in the U.S. The Chinese-created and owned app has been under constant threat of banning ever since the Trump administration first threatened it in 2020 as a response to national security concerns and growing tension, a threat currently being upheld by the Biden administration now. Pressure is coming from federal officers demanding that the app Chinese owners sell their stake in the social media platform so that there is no threat of U.S. data being sold for profit, or risk the social media giant getting banned in the States. The ultimatum comes from the U.S. government's escalation with the Chinese Communist Party and national security scares about the app and its alleged ability to spy on Americans. As TikTok's future in the U.S. looks uncertain, let's see how CSU students feel about the potential ban.
So I would personally say that I am for the banning of TikTok. I think ultimately there's a lot of good that will come out of it with just people interacting with actual people more as opposed to interacting with a phone screen.
I learn a lot about outside of the U.S. from TikTok and like other things, so it is taking away like that from me if it gets banned.
I don't think it's fair. I think that if we're gonna restrict things like from getting our information, we should do it all the way across the board, not just for an app. Government already spies on us and has all our information, so I don't understand why China can't have our information too.
I think if there's like definitely evidence of like there being a national security thing with like how they're running the app, then yeah. But at the same time, if you're going to do it for this app, then you should probably do it for the other apps.
The CEO of TikTok made his first appearance in front of Congress to assure the government that TikTok is not a security threat. While national concerns of TikTok getting kicked out of the U.S. are growing, nothing has been set in stone. Man, I use TikTok so much, it's kind of become like a time waster.
Yeah, no, I definitely use it to when I don't want to like do homework, I'll just go on my phone and I'll pull up TikTok, but I don't know if that's the best habit of mine to have.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, I 100% understand it's like social impacts. I remember 2020 and all the political stuff that we saw on TikTok. It was a really great movement, but then at the same time, there's like the mental health aspect of it, you know?
Exactly, yeah, I can definitely see like people watching TikTok, and even when I watch TikTok, it definitely affects my mental health. You see like terrible things going around the world, and then you're comparing yourself to others. It's not always the best time.
Of course. Well, speaking on mental health has become a major focus in recent years, as 57.8 million Americans have some sort of mental illness, according to the National Institute of Health. Now that mental health is becoming normalized, the question that many people don't really ask is, how are therapists taking care of their own mental health? With self-care becoming a priority for so many people, it's now important that everyone is taking care of themselves while working on their mental health, including the therapist. I was actually able to reach out to local licensed therapist Ben Smith to see how professionals are doing just that.
Hi, JJ. So good to see you. Welcome. Come on in.
Smith has been working in the Fort Collins community for years now, before he and his wife decided to find their own path guiding others at Evolve Counseling.
People have been in all sorts of situations and all sorts of backgrounds, and it's just amazing when you create that non-judgmental space and you connect with people at such a genuine level. It's like people are so consistently good given the right conditions, and I get this really special thing within my job.
Evolve Counseling focuses on helping patients dealing with life's toughest issues, from anxiety to depression, situations Smith faces on a daily basis.
You have to put a little bit of distance between, you and the other person's just raw humanity. Self-care is just kind of the other half of the equation. I have to know where my boundaries are. I have to be okay with saying no.
With the increasing rise of people in the United States seeking therapy, people from across Fort Collins are weighing in on what is needed for a good therapy session.
Since there is such a mental health crisis all the time, I feel like there should be a big demand and supply for people that are therapists.
Our hope is that they never have to walk through it again, but that usually can't be done in one session, so keep going, keep trying. So after the therapists who keep trying.
But despite how tough the service can be, Smith remains optimistic about his profession.
It makes a lot of sense of how it can just put us in a better place.
Smith wants everyone to know that no matter if you're the one in the patient seat or the one with a psychology degree, you are not alone. Therapy is available for anyone, whether it's at Revolve Counseling, CSU's Medical Center, or any therapist across Fort Collins.
CSU chemists made history this month by creating a new synthetic molecule in a way that has never been done before. Chemists Robert Patton and Mihai Popescu teamed up with collaborators at Oxford University to establish a new design for a chiral atom. Chiral atoms have only been made stable out of carbon, but Patton, Popescu, and their colleagues at Oxford found a way to make them out of oxygen. This discovery opens up a whole new field of research for molecule designers around the world and gives them a new tool for their toolbox. According to Patton, given the fundamental importance of chirality in catalysis, medicine, and materials, it will be exciting to explore the properties of chiral oxygen atom-containing compounds in future studies. This new discovery is bound to create quite a reaction from the community. And with that shocking news, let's pour ourselves into the break. But be sure to stick around, Rams, because Ali Nayaz has a story thrifters are going to want to hear.
Welcome back from the break. Social media and likely Macklemore's 2012 smash hit Thrift Shop has made thrifting a go-to for affordable shopping. But what are the hidden risks of popping tags with only $20 in your pocket?
Need some new socks? Art for a new apartment? What about some shades for the summer? Thrift stores have skyrocketed as hotspots for ethical and affordable shopping, but many are unaware of the issues that arise with the popularization of secondhand shopping. Thrifting enthusiast Tess Abnary had much to say about why she thrifts.
As someone who recently graduated from college, making minimum wage, that's what's affordable for me.
But as the popularity of thrifting has risen in recent years, so have the prices.
Thrifting in general has become way less affordable. I feel like when I started buying almost all of my wardrobe at thrift stores, it was a lot more affordable. You know, you could get like a sweater, a pair of pants, and a t-shirt for like $10 or $15, and now it's like 20 or more almost always.
Big contributors to the increase are thrift hauls and online resellers.
They kind of undermine some of the main points of thrifting in the first place. I mean, look at this. This person is selling Levi jeans for $125 when you can buy a new pair for $70.
You know, you see people hopping on the trend of like the thrift haul, and it means, you know, in smaller thrift stores, they're clearing out inventory that could be going to lower income people.
EcoThrift employee Suni Kekaret speaks on the rise of thrift store prices.
We do like to try to make things affordable for everybody, but at the same time, we have to operate as a business front and make profit for the business. It's a mixture of a balance of trying to keep it affordable and trying to make enough money where we can actually sustain ourselves.
We should value the lifetime of an item and how, you know, it's like it had a past life and now you're giving it a new life.
The net good of thrifting does outweigh the bad, but be thoughtful the next time you go thrifting and try to take your grandpa's style. Back to you guys.
I don't know about you, JJ, but sometimes I really like going to a thrift shop.
I haven't been in a really long time. I mean, honestly, I think it's due time I go.
Yeah, I think they're a great place to find things, and even earlier today, Ollie was asking me where I found my sweater, and I said I had thrifted it.
Yes. I may have less than $20 in my pocket, but I still think it'll be a good time. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Rams, if you're looking for a job in aerospace, Fort Collins might be the place for you. Last month, Forbes magazine listed Woodward Incorporated, a company headquartered out of Fort Collins, as one of the top mid-sized markets in America. Woodward is known for its work in aerospace and defense, making products for commercial, business, and military airplanes. as well as creating cleaner, energy-efficient industrial systems. This is the second time in a row that Woodward has made Forbes' top mid-sized markets, based on a survey of over 45,000 laborers across the country in a variety of fields.
Women's History Month has shown the many incredible women in our country doing incredible work, all in the name of progress. And the exceptional women of Northern Colorado are no exception. One Northern Colorado lawyer has gone above and beyond in her work and has just been named one of USA Today's Woman of the Year. Lawyer Sarah Sheik's legal career started in 2010, 2 years after graduating Boston University's School of Law in 2008. Sheik took her legal expertise to Craigslist members in Colorado, helping people with affordable legal services. All of her hard work led to her opening the Life and Liberty Law Office in 2012. The firm specializes in criminal defense and civil rights litigation, areas of law Sheik is very passionate about. Sheik became known for her success without working under another attorney, as well as releasing footage of her clients' cases to the public. One of her cases, which saw a Loveland police officer injure a woman with dementia, gained national attention and won a $3 million settlement for the victim. From humble beginnings to national success, Sheik has carved her own path. When asked about her success, Sheik stated, "The brand of courage that I try to live by and teach to my kids is to try and execute, to have the determination to fix a wrong that you see or make things better, even if people are telling you no, or especially if the people who are telling you no have a lot more power and are scary. Courage is trusting yourself, loving other people no matter what, and trying to leave the world a little better than you found it." That's a message I think we can all get behind.
This weekend, CSU's Kappa Alpha Theta sorority and Sigma Nu fraternity are teaming up for a charity event for children in need. The event, called Rock for CASA, aims to raise money for court-appointed special advocates for children in Larimer County. With children in foster care being one of the most vulnerable populations in America and more likely to face homelessness, incarceration, and unemployment, CASA volunteers aim to support abused and neglected children and advocate for safe, permanent connections to family and community. The event will take place March 25th at the Kappa Alpha Theta House and will host local musical talent by Still Runnin'.